All right, good morning, guys. Back to another fun-filled lesson of Mr. Warren's video lessons. Seriously, if any of you guys come up with a better idea for a name of these, shoot me an email so I can, make it better in the future, I guess. All right, so you guys should just got done with the do now. Based on the topics from the last couple of days, explain how someone might go about trying to disprove or change someone's mind regarding certain prejudices or stereotypes that they may have or believe. Explain with examples. That one's kind of lengthy, so we'll break it down together. So, explain how someone might go about trying to disprove or change someone's mind regarding certain prejudices or stereotypes. And so I'm sure you guys came up with a variety of examples and kind of maybe hopefully some creative ways of doing it. Honestly, the best one I can think of is just time and exposure. And so what I mean by that is you're not going to change somebody's mind overnight. If somebody has a certain mentality about a certain situation, a certain group of people, whatever, you're not going to instantly change it. This is the way that it is. You can't beat it into somebody's head. That's not the way it works. Eventually, one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to shut down and just ignore you completely, or they're going to start fighting back. They could even get, whether it be yelling, whether it be a physical altercation or something like that. So if you're really looking to change somebody's mind, if you're really looking to help, if you're really looking to change a certain mentality, like I said, it's much harder the older the person is. So I guess my first thing would be, try to get it as young as you possibly can. But also, education is a big thing. Like trying to, somebody believes this and it sounds like complete nonsense. Well, show them why that's wrong. Show them, okay, no, here's the proof, or here's the evidence that that's wrong. Here's, something shows, no, that's not correct. And so, time, evidence, education, and I guess I would just say patience. Because like I said, it does not happen overnight. In some cases, you might have to accept the fact at the end of the day that some people are going to believe what they want to believe no matter what. All right, so today's a little bit different. This will be a pretty short video because you guys are going to be taking notes today. Today, you're going to be engaging in a partner activity. And so, I've been covering a lot of different topics the last couple of days. Today, we're going to try to see if we can kind of bring them all together into one exercise. And so, the sub, and you guys should have a copy of this, what's in front of me on paper. So if you guys need to refer to the steps and everything I'm looking for, feel free. But I'll just walk through them one by one with you. So, just like the other day, you guys are going to get into groups of two. Do me a favor, pick somebody, somebody else that you did last time. Try to mix it up a little bit. Just try to make things interesting. Because we're trying to look for two people who don't maybe necessarily see eye to eye, or who wouldn't agree on everything. So, second, think back to the other day when I had you guys write a certain list of stereotypes. So think back to those. And I want you to write down on a sheet of paper a couple of them that you came up with. What are some stereotypes? Oh, men are terrible multitaskers, old people can't drive, whatever you guys wrote down. And so after you write a few of those down, and yes, it has to only have to be one-on-one for this to work properly. So one partner is going to try to come up with some good reasons as to why that stereotype is wrong and should be done away with. Why should we try to convince people that, hey, that's not the case? The other partner is going to play what's called the devil's advocate. So what that means is, even if, and I understand this, even if you believe the same thing, even if you believe that stereotype is wrong, in a respectful manner, school appropriate, you're going to essentially try to argue the other side of that. You're trying to convince your partner that no, that stereotype is right, and here's why. And so, two different opinions. You guys go back and forth. Try to come up with as many reasons as you can, as many justifications as you can for one side or the other. So, looking for about maybe 10 minutes per topic on this. So, 10 minutes per topic, per stereotype, and then guys switch to another one. And so, if you guys like, you can swap back and forth every time. If one of you wants to play the devil's advocate the entire time, that's fine too. But just, like I said, about 10 minutes per stereotype, and then move on to another one. So looking to do maybe about a total of 3, depending on time. And so throughout this entire process, you don't have to write anything lengthy, but just kind of enough so you have something to turn in and proof that you guys really did the exercise for the day. So make sure you have both your names on a sheet of paper. Each of you have your own. And I want each of you to sit there and just take some notes. Like maybe something that was said, a good argument that was made. Oh, they said this, they commented on this, maybe things that stuck out. So later on, if we refer back to it, we can say, oh yeah, I remember that conversation. He argued this, she argued this, so on and so forth. So, like I said, 3 stereotypes that you came up with on Tuesday. One person is going to try to argue why those stereotypes are wrong, why they should be done away with. The other person's playing the devil's advocate, meaning they are saying that the stereotype's correct, it's 100%, here's why, and they're making as many arguments as they can for it. You guys go back and forth for 10 minutes for each topic, total of 3 topics. And then finally, as throughout the entire process, taking a few notes, just writing a few comments here and there, and then you guys turn that in at the end of the class period. So hopefully by the end of this, hopefully no serious shouting matches engaged, but hopefully it should be a little bit of fun. And so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, or I don't know if it's Friday, I don't know, whatever the day is. I'll see you guys around for the next lesson. And as always, if you guys have any questions, any issues, shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.